Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and here we have 3 new SERGE PANCHENKO designs, starting it off with the SLIPJOINT Razor Gen 2. I absolutely love Serge Panchenko's designs. Just starting it off, I really, really like his designs. And if you wait till the end, I actually want to go through some more of his designs that we don't have here, but I kind of want to talk about some. Now, this is, like we said, a SLIPJOINT razor, and does come with the tools and extra hardware. So this is 9CR18 MOV steel with this utility blade that obviously is replaceable. Now the thing is, if you look at this utility blade and you look at the geometry, looking at that edge bevel, you can see that is like a 5, maybe 10 degree, maybe even less degree edge bevel. It's such a low angle because for something this thin to have that low of an, that big of a bevel, it has to be super low. And then you can see it has a micro bevel at the tip to build some toughness. So it's stupid slicey, super duper slicey, and has a little bit of toughness there, so it's not going to, bend, chip, or break. Then the handle, beautiful fat carbon fiber, titanium spring pocket clip. Listen to this walk and talk. Listen to this snap. This thing is so snappy. Oh, I love it. I love it. And now the downside, you do have to take the screws out to take the blade out, but the upside is this thing is rock solid. Like there's no movement in that blade at all. So when you're using it as a utility blade, however you're going to use it, the blade's not going to be wiggling around like they do in a lot of utility cutters. So this thing is really, really cool. I love it. I love it for sure. Next is this beautiful drop point blade. Now, some people might say it's a clip point. I'm going to call it a drop point because this is curved. If you look, it's not straight. This is curved, and it doesn't curve up. It does go down. It tapers downward. So I'm going to call it a drop point. It does have the nice swedges on the side that really make it look like a clip point, though. Beautiful grind. It is a little bit more on the robust side, but the ergos complement it very well because it is extremely comfortable. I think this is mega comfortable. The access to the lock bar looks like it was just made for me, but that's how a lot of Serge Panchenko's designs are, which you guys already know I love. All the access I can. This thing is so smooth. I love having as much access as possible. That is a very comfortable disengagement, and boy is this thing smooth. And the detent, man, great detent. Perfect detent. Listen to that. Very good detent. Nice and strong. I would say it's more on the stronger side, but to me it's perfect. So I prefer a little bit of a stronger detent, and yeah, it's great. It's so good. And look how smooth that is. Titanium liner lock, and it does have a steel lock bar insert. I think it does come in a titanium frame lock version, but this is the micarta version, obviously. But beautiful micarta. I think it's green micarta. Titanium spring pocket clip. Like I said, titanium liners. And then the one downside maybe to some people is the blade steel is N690. Now, I'm not sure the exact price. We'll bring this back up. I think these are about $150. I think that's what they are. And then if you want to get a skull clip, it's an extra $100. This one, I can't find the price on it yet. But I'm not the biggest fan of N690, just to be honest. I'm it's okay. I'm not like mad at it or anything, but I think of it more of a budget steel, something, in the area of 154 cm, maybe a little bit lower than 154 cm. When I test it, 154 cm usually outperforms N690, but because this design is so amazing, like I'm not even mad at it. I love it. Sharpening tool and plunge grind is done very well. You can see it starts here and it ends here. So he gave you a lot of life. Now, one thing that Serge Panchenko is pretty good at least from my experience so far, is sharpening tools and plunge grinds. Now, I will say he did put the stop pin right here, which I normally prefer a stop pin to not be right behind the edge, but he put it in the thickest portion and you have a lot of life to sharpen off. So it's not a big deal is how some of them are that I look at where the stop pin's directly behind the edge and you can't even barely sharpen the knife. This is not like that at all. You have plenty of life to sharpen off. You'll probably never ever run into an issue. But yeah, this thing is super well done. It is done by the way, OEM'd by Real Steel. I gotta say, this is probably the best Real Steel I've ever felt. Yeah, it's really, really good. So let's check out this next one. Now, the last one, this thing has just blown me away. I am in love with this knife. Oh my goodness. Not only is this flame anno just absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It just checks so many boxes for me. Now this is the TRISECT, and it has a beautiful cleaver blade, beautiful swedge. Look at that sharpening 12 plunge guide. It looks like it was made for me, right? Look at the access to the lock bar. Totally made for me. This is so comfortable to disengage. The detent is absolutely perfect. You got a front flipping action. Nice strong detent, but in a good way. Ergos are I personally think it's stupid comfortable. I can even, and this is the thing, if you look at it, look at the blade. It kind of tilts towards what you're cutting. So if I'm slicing things, it's going to help trap materials. If I turn it around to cut a strap, because it has this spot, not this angle spot, but this spot, the blade is angled towards me. And if I do it from down here, it's still angled towards me. You're not going to have as much leverage as up here. Pinch grips, again, it is angled down towards what you're cutting. It is a little squared off, but I love it. I think it's this tilt right here where it goes flat and then down. Just nestles into my hand so nicely. Sometimes you just know, like, and this is one, I just know I love it. I haven't even cut with it, haven't used it. I threw it in the pocket for a second, but I love this thing so much. I think, I'm not positive, but I think they are around $400, I think. I think the pre-order ones were like $375, but to buy that right now, I think it's $400. But I will have everything linked down in the description. Yeah, this thing's amazing. Steel lock bar, I didn't even talk about the materials. I'm so hyped on this. M390 steel, titanium frame lock. We have a flame anode inlay. Beautiful titanium mill pocket clip that works great, by the way. Now, the one downside I would say is it T8 or T6? I think it's T8 actually. Yeah, no. So T8's all the way around on this one. All the way around 100%. But this one has some T6s. So that is one negative to me. If I was going to talk about some negative T6s, other than that, I'm not a big fan of where the stop pin is. But, it's good. And I'm perfectly fine with it. I do wish the steel was a little bit better or a little bit higher. But, like I said, the design is so great. Now with this one, I think the OEM is best tech on this one. Okay, so I'm inserting this part in afterwards. I'm sorry, guys. I got so excited. I want to finish in the video, and I didn't even go over any negatives. So I only have, and really, I don't even have any negatives. I'll just be honest. The stop pin's in a good place. The jimping is the exact kind of jimping you want to see on a front flipper. Even though it doesn't go all the way up and around, it goes up high enough, and the front flipper pokes up enough. It works great. So the one complaint, T8's all the way around, the one complaint that I think most people are going to have is the price tag. $400 for a best tech. I get it. It's not going to be for a lot of people, but I got to say that Serge Panchenko has been designing knives for a long time. And he's got a reputation. So he can charge whatever he wants. And it's up to you whether or not you think it's worth it or not. To some people, being by best tech, it's not going to be worth it because they're looking at it like, it's a $400 best tech. I get that. However, there are going to be, like, one, it's knocked out of the park. Like, they knocked the design out of the park. So the fact that it's knocked out of the park and it's a Serge PANCHENKO design, that costs something. And I know this is not Damascus. This is not Mochatai. It is titanium with a flamed anno. But I have a lot of flamed anno titanium, and this is by far the best looking flamed titanium I've seen in a long time, if not ever. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, man, it's hard for me to even like complain about the price. Like, I get it. The price is hefty, yes, and it's not going to be for everybody. But in a lot of ways, I get it. And whoever winds up buying it, to me, I understand. I get it. So, yeah. But like I said, if it's not for you, it's not for you. If it's too high of a price, it's too high of a price. But for the people that are looking at it saying, yeah, I need that, yeah, you're going to love it. So here's some designs. I can link all of this down in the description. I'll link this whole site that I'm going to go on, so if you want to check anything out. But these are all PANCHENKO's designs. I think they all look really cool. I love this aesthetic right there. It looks so cool. And I think only $42. Wow. This one's by Spyderco. Here's a nice little fixed blade. Looks like a nice self-defense knife. I actually have one of these. Then, I love the spear point blades, the neutral handles, like the great access to the lock bar. I love all of it. Now, there's a knife that we're about to get to here in 1 second. These ones are all out of stock, I know. But there's something that we need to run into. I think it's on the second page. Now, oh, right there. There it is. There she is. I had one of these on the channel, and I still think about this knife. I wish he would come back with this thing. So this is a collaboration with G&G Hawk and Serge PANCHENKO, USA made. It has the fidgetiest action and the most unique and addictive sound of any knife. Go watch my review on this knife. It will blow you away how damn cool this knife is. One of the most unique, coolest knives I've ever featured on the channel. And that was a couple of years ago. Since then, I've had multiple people contact me asking me to buy it. It wasn't even mine. Somebody sent it in for review. And I still get messages. So, Serge, man, please redo this design. I would love to see you redo the Orbit. We're all wanting it. I think they were $500 at the time. Obviously, if it's USA made today, it'd probably be a little bit more money. But, and I'd love to see it done in the USA, but we'll see. Hopefully he winds up doing something like that, but it might be something that has to go overseas. And that's actually one of Kara's favorite knives ever.
It's my grail.
But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys these knives really quick. I will link his site directly down in the description. I will also link everything you just seen right there and everything I can link. Like I said, I don't think this one's available right now, but this one I think you could buy right now. Like I said, everything will be down there in the description. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.